He's back at it, old boy. Skip Bayless.
He's back in the algorithms.
Got some things to say about Jalen Brunson's running mate.
Second best player named Cat is more Pussycat to me, right? He's Pussycat.
That's very
Am I right?
That's very
Well, your best player's like barely 5 feet tall. Am I right?
Dropping 28 a night.
Okay, but
dropping 28,
Yeah,
no matter who's it against.
he can be thwarted when it matters most. Some
Okay,
team can just
have you
take him
seen
away.
evidence of that in the playoffs with the New York Knicks? I haven't.
You will.
Don't get me. No. Don't talk to me about will.
Okay.
I'm talking about what happened.
Okay.
What happened?
Here's the other problem. Your second best player named Cat is more Pussycat to me, right? He's Pussycat.
That's very
Am I right?
That's very disrespectful.
Well, disagree with me. Tell me I'm wrong.
That's very disrespectful.
He's Pussycat.
No, we're not going to say that. He's one of the elite shooting big men. OG Anunoby ain't no scrub.
No, I
That
like
brother's a dog. Mikal Bridges is an Iron Man, and he wasn't worth 5 first-round picks. That's what they'd had Giannis if they didn't do that. Josh Hart, the cardiac kid himself. Look, the New York Knicks could still come out of the East.
Your accident will happen in the second round against the Boston Celtics in Game 7 at the Garden. I'll just go on the record right now. You will lose Game 7 to the Celtics. What's left of the Celtics?
Are you ready for this?
Yeah.
They ain't getting to a Game 7.
Okay.
The New York Knicks, without Jason Tatum having
Well,
to
I
worry
don't know.
about.
Maybe he's going to come.
No, he's not. He don't need to come back. That kid is
Well,
an
he just
Achilles.
might.
That's an Achilles.
You don't want him to come back.
I don't.
He might.
But that would be. They were going to beat him with him anyway. He got hurt when they were down 3-1. Let's get that right.
Your second best player named Cat is more Pussycat.
Oh, let me tell y'all something, man. Y'all can hate him all you want. They're not going to like when I say this. There's nothing more magical than Skip Bayless and Stephen A. Smith arguing hot topic garbage sports. Name them. They took PTI and put the steroids in it. Whatever you got, they came with the flame. And they've been missing each other. I don't know what they got going on, but if they were smart, they would make that shit a show on YouTube and go for the bigger bag. But I digress. Skip Bayless is back at it, old boy. Jalen Brunson's running mate is a pussycat. How do we feel about this hindering the Knicks?
You know how I feel about Skip Bayless. That man was left for dead, and then they are now giving him CPR and reviving him. But it just goes to show what was said was true. He need a brother to stand next to be successful. So let's not forget that. He needs no matter how great, how much the chemistry is between him and Stephen A., which I love, because I don't care about what nobody says. I like to be entertained as well, right? But let's not forget, he needs a certain something next to him to be great and legendary. It's not going to take away what he's been to the sport as far as just his analysts and things of that nature, right? But
I think he would admit that too.
Skip Bayless might have had a point a month ago. I can't agree with him now. I can't. I told myself I'm not going to kick Cat's back in no more, but I have to be me, right? If Cat does some dumb shit or some pussycat shit, we're going to call him out. Right now, Skip Bayless is dead wrong. I got a newfound respect for Cat. Like I said, cut his eye. He came back out and played. Now, would I love for him to come back out and play against Detroit? Yes. But I didn't see how bad the eye might have swelled up. I don't know, right? But
well, his girl showed us. His girl showed us the face.
Yeah, I didn't. Yeah, I'm not listening. I'm not looking at nothing on her pages. I don't listen to her.
I had no choice. I don't even follow her.
Right. So I can't disrespect Cat at this point. We're playing great basketball. He's producing. Like I said, he's turned into the best rebounder in the game, and he's starting to get a little toughness to him. Right. So we know what Skip is about. Skip is trying to get back in the algorithm. Skip is trying to get back popping. And what other team and what other name can you say to get back popping? Of course, it's the Knicks. And who's the easy target? Karl-Anthony Towns. So like I said, maybe a month or so ago, but nah, I told you, I think Cat got a fire lit under him right now. And him hearing this, listen, hopefully it's motivation. Because the Karl-Anthony Towns we've been getting lately, that's what's going to put us over the hump. Don't commit dumb fouls. Have a little toughness, a little edge to you, and rebound the hell out of that ball, right? So I get where Skip Bayless is going. I definitely disagree with him with if we meet Boston in the second round. That should be lucky if it goes 6, especially with no Tatum. Miss me with that. Like I said, great organization, good team, but they ain't good enough. Stop it, right? So that's just right there, New York Knicks hate. That's a clip he's trying to make go viral. But to call him Pussycat, like I said, only Knicks Rehab can do that. Skip Bayless don't have the credentials. He don't have the, as Shaq would say, the G5, G4 classified. Skip shouldn't even be talking about the Knicks. Talk about your bum-ass Cowboys. Talk about all the dumb shit you done said. Tim Tebow. And isn't he a Luka guy? Like, so for me...
He's not a Luka guy.
All right, he's a... Well,
he said Luka's overrated.
All right, well, who do he root for in the NBA? He roots for somebody.
I don't know, to be honest with you.
Right. So for me, it's just comical. And it just goes to show you that the Knicks is popping. Because look what they talking about. But I can't agree with Skip right now with that. Like I said, maybe a month or so ago, nah. I'm starting to get a little bit of respect for Cat. Now, just real quick, he does still do the weird offensive moves. He drives me crazy with that, going to the basket. But nah, Skipper, we all know Skipper's a bozo, bro. We know his angle. Right, legendary, yes, but calm down, Skip, because we'll be on your ass quick, fast.
It's hard to call another man Pussycat when Richard Sherman flamed your ass live on TV.
No.
When Jalen Rose,
hold on, stay there. Is that top 5 worst flaming of all time on national TV? What Jalen Rose did to Skip?
Sports history?
Yeah, sports. I'm saying, yes, of course, sports. Watered down Pistol Pete?
Water Pistol Pete was bananas. It was so bad that it was awkward. Like,
Jalen Brown ain't Jalen. What's his name again? Jalen Rose. Bro, he got kicked off TV for that.
You're not welcome. Because here's the secret. It's like wrestling. You can't destroy the villain. Jalen Rose went out for the kill. Once you destroy the villain, we can't have you back on here, bro. You can't play that game. Can't come out here just murdering him all day. But Skip makes a point. He got a good point. And it's not just, all right, the Pussycat thing. We can leave that alone. Because he's at least he stopped the fouling and all that. But what we saw the Pistons do to Jalen Brunson 2 games this year, they did something similar last year in the playoffs. Yeah, Brunson got the game winner, things of that nature. They got into a brawl tonight, so we'll get into that into a second. And they might lose some games, get suspended, and we might be able to catch up off default. But if they start playing Brunson physical and you don't have the second guy who's going to take over, we haven't seen Cat really do that. And we always said styles make matchups, and certain styles Brunson ain't going to be able to show up. Certain styles Cat might not be able to show up. One of you guys got to, and we keep complaining about their chemistry, one of you guys going to talk to each other on the court. When is the message going to get through, the game going to get through, where it's like, yo, I can't get through to this team. You got to get through to this team. We haven't seen that. So it shouldn't be, ball dominant one side or the other. But I am concerned with that because he specifically said he can be had in the playoffs. And Stephen A. with a great counter, man, it hasn't happened. Jordan numbers in the playoffs. Stop fronting on my man. Yes, but the Detroit Pistons have presented something this year before we can get to the finals. We haven't seen a defense like this since the Celtics a couple years back. I'm very concerned about this AllBall. I don't think Skip is too far off. Of course, it's extreme. He ain't been watching us if he thinks he's just a pussycat. And Brunson's gonna have to put on that cape sooner than later.
But it's one thing I do agree with Skip, right? He's seen a lot of basketball. Like we can't ignore that, right? And we all know when you have a 1-2 punch, if one guy gets taken out, right, the other guy has to step up, right? If Jordan has a bad game, Pippen has to step up, right? If Kareem has a bad game or isn't there, Magic has to play sense and step up. We can go on and on and on, right? I understand what Skip is saying. Like, yo, defenses, listen, in the playoffs, they're going to blitz and try to take Jalen Brunson out the game. Is Cat going to toughen up and dominate? So from that standpoint, I understand what Skip is saying. Now, granted, last season in the playoffs against Detroit, Cat had a great series, right? So he definitely stepped up. But I get what Skip Bayless is saying, because now we're talking about winning a championship. We ain't talking about winning a playoff series. We ain't talking about winning regular season games. We're talking about, listen, your best player is a 6-foot small guard. Once they put a big defender on him, if he starts to struggle, can Cat be aggressive, tough, and hold it down? So I get what he's saying, right? And like you said, them not having too much chemistry, them struggling to be on the court together, especially when they're, bad defensively. So from that standpoint, Skip could have explained it a little better. Of course, the Pussycat is to make the clip go viral, and it does. Because, look, we here talking about it. But we have to be honest, he has a point. And I think this playoffs coming up, Cat is going to have the opportunity to shut everybody up. I think Cat understands the moment. His father and his girl understands the moment. They hear the rumblings. They hear how people are disrespecting him. They hear the talks. So I think, in the playoffs is where Cat is going to be able to shut everybody up. Or he's going to prove our point. But I get what Skip Bayless is saying. So let's see. Let's see.
AllBall TV. They scared, but I'm not. They don't like comentario.
Y suscribe.